Ever since the first televised royal wedding in 1960, the nation has been gripped. And with Prince William's engagement to Kate Middleton announced, speculation's begun about what type of ceremony they'll have and what they can learn from previous unions. Here's our look at the ceremonies, the crowds, and most importantly, the dresses. Princess Margaret's marriage to Anthony Armstrong-Jones was the first ever televised royal wedding, with 20 million viewers tuning in for the Westminster Abbey service. It was a glamorous affair on the 6th of May 1960, with the princess dressed in white silk and a diamond tiara. She was followed by 8 bridesmaids down a blue carpeted aisle.
I pronounce that they be man and wife together.
The public had to wait until Princess Anne's 1973 wedding to Captain Mark Phillips for another such elaborate affair. Again at Westminster Abbey, this time the television audience grew to an estimated 500 million. Princess Anne wore an embroidered Tudor-style wedding dress, and with the wedding day declared a national holiday, crowds lined the streets to watch the newly married couple head back to Buckingham Palace. Next was the ceremony still dubbed a fairy tale wedding, the marriage of William's parents, Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer. It took place on the 29th of July 1981, and 600,000 people filled the streets of London to try and get a glimpse of the couple on their wedding day. They were married at St Paul's Cathedral in front of an invited audience of 3,500 and an estimated global TV audience of 750 million. Diana wowed the crowds in an Emmanuel-designed ivory taffeta and an antique lace gown with a 25-foot train, which flowed beautifully behind her as she walked the red carpet. And after the service, the newlyweds took an open-top state landau to Buckingham Palace, where they emerged on the balcony to give the crowds the famous first kiss they had been waiting for. Then it was the turn of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, and it was back to Westminster Abbey for their wedding in July 1986. The Duchess's ivory satin dress featured a sweeping 17-foot train, while the Duke was in the ceremonial day dress of a Navy lieutenant. Again, their first public kiss as man and wife was on the balcony of Buckingham Palace, with 100,000 people gathering to try and catch a glimpse. 1999 saw the slightly more low-key wedding of Prince Edward to Sophie Rhys-Jones at Windsor Castle. As a televised audience of 200 million watched, 8,000 locals were chosen to line the streets to catch a glimpse of the bride and groom. And while the wedding was considered simple by royal standards, the bride's dress was all regal elegance. Sophie wore a Samantha Shaw silk coat dress with 325,000 crystals and pearls fastened along the neck. More recently, Prince Charles' marriage to Camilla was an even more intimate affair. The second time for both of the couple, the service was held at Windsor Guildhall on April the 9th, 2005, with Camilla wearing a modest Robinson Valentine-designed oyster knee-length dress and coat with a Philip Treacy-designed ivory wide-brimmed hat. The smaller service didn't stop 20,000 people turning up to cheer the couple's arrival. So, would William and Kate be able to have a low-key ceremony even if they wanted one? Could their TV audience top Charles and Diana's? And what will Kate wear? Now that they're engaged, we won't have to wait too long to find out.